Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So how are you?
Pretty good. You?
Pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
All good.
Girls.
Good.
Okay. Okay. So guys, yeah, we are here. We're all here today because we're gonna do a art challenge. Right?
Yay.
Awesome.
Woo.
Yeah.
So
So excited.
Yes.
I'm gonna be your host today. So before we do anything else, we should have a quick introduction. So, who are you? Why do you do art? Well, what is your art style? Why art is important? What do you tell other artists? Just general stuff about you and art. Okay, let's start with Jules.
Hi. So I'm Julius de la Cruz. I'm 23 and a second year multimedia art student.
Okay.
Yes. I know I've been doing art for quite some time now, since I was in kindergarten. Yeah, it's just my hobby, and hopefully, I want it to be my profession as well pretty soon. So yeah, I'm really into gaming stuff, and I love dark theme art styles, to be honest.
Like Dark Souls,
So-
like that kind of art style.
Yeah, I like those kind of stuff, like medieval.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah, okay, so we're done with Jules. Now let's go to Miss Af. Miss Af, introduce yourself.
Okay. Hello. My name is Afaf. I'm 20. I entered MMA because, well, actually, it wasn't planned at all. I was planning to go into Archie, but then
So this is
there
your
were no
rebound
slots
subject.
available. So I just picked MMA for like a year and then shift. But eventually, I just fell in love with the course, and I think I just got into art, especially this year as a second year, because I don't know. I guess it just kind of happened and it kind of grew on me more and more every day. As for my art style, I think I'm really attracted to fantasy-like elements. So I always like to go beyond logic, and I love also medieval stuff, things that are typically old. What else? And I'm really into film. Yeah.
Okay,
That's it.
okay. So thank you for your introduction. Now let's go to Miss Vic.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
Okay.
I'm 20 years old, and I chose MMA because I've always wanted to be in a course that involves art to actually improve my skills in it. And my art style is actually varies into either surrealism or realistic type of art.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm really into fashion as well,
Oh,
and film. Yeah, so yeah, that's it.
That's it. Okay. So that's
Ah,
very
lovely.
nice. Okay. So you guys are really, really into art. So you really guys want to do art. Okay. So
Yeah.
now, so
It's
this
art student.
Yeah, because we're arts, of course. Okay. So now, do you guys know what's the name of the painting again? Something about Venus. What is it again?
Yeah.
The Birth of Venus.
Birth of Venus. Okay,
yes.
Birth of Venus. Do you guys know the painting, The Birth of Venus? Do you have guys any idea of that painting?
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, I saw the artwork before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Any
yeah.
input about it?
Pretty.
What do you think about it?
It's pretty.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty aesthetic.
The reason why I feel
Very symbolic.
The reason why I feel like I'm really attracted to this painting is because it's all about Greek culture. And as you can see, like Birth of Venus, Venus is actually Aphrodite. And yeah, created by Sandro Botticelli. It's I don't know, it's one of the most reasons why I think the Renaissance art period is super interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He also has the dimension of 1.72 meters by 2.
So you really researched it, Jules, don't you? You didn't just check Google or something.
No, I don't know.
Okay. So, guys. So, the thing that we're gonna be doing today is that we're gonna be making a painting. But the painting that we're not. But the thing is about this painting that we're gonna do. First off, we're gonna do it digital because of course we are all like not here. You're not physically here with me. We are all in our different houses because of the quarantine and stuff. Since we're doing that, we're gonna do it digitally. Now, we could just do it like ourselves. Just let's make our own painting with our own very styles. We have the 4 different paintings of the Venus. But I think it's gonna be much more interesting, don't you think, if we paint like a different subjects of the painting, and it's gonna be different from all of us, don't you think?
Like a
Yeah.
player.
Yeah, the
Combining
subject.
the
Let's say
right?
let's say if you have seen the painting of Venus, show the picture of Venus here. There's the wonderful woman in the middle, the couple in the left side, the one with the wings, and and into the right side we have the one with the scarf, and then the background. Since we have 4 people here, we can split up. Let's say the Venus, the one in the left, and the one on the right, the one with the scarf and the background. What do you think about that? We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do it in our own different styles.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes. And then we're gonna compile it into one painting.
Yes.
So we're gonna have
That sounds nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have our own different interpretation of the painting, but all of it is gonna be compiled into one. Is that good?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's get cracking.
Hello everyone, Af speaking, and before we get into the making of the artwork, we just wanted to do a brief explanation of the artwork properly. So, The Birth of Venus was made by Sandro Botticelli, who was an Italian painter and part of the early Renaissance period. I'm sure some of you are wondering who Venus is, and Venus is the goddess of love. Since Botticelli is Italian and part of the Roman culture, the goddess of love is referred to as Venus instead of Aphrodite like in the Greek culture. At the center of the painting, we see the goddess of love standing on a giant scallop, and instead of having a pearl at the place where Venus is standing, she is the pearl herself because she symbolizes the purity and perfection of one. On the right, she is met by a young woman who is sometimes identified as the Hora of spring, who is showering her with flowers that are being blown by the wind as a symbol of spring. On the left of the painting, which is the part that I'm currently doing, we see the wind god Zephyr holding Aura, and they're both blowing Venus to the shore. Zephyr's blowing is seen to be a little more intense than Aura, and that is because Aura is supposed to just be a personification of a lighter breeze. A personification, in case you're wondering, is just basically presenting an abstraction as a person. So, it figures why Aura is not really that well known, because I believe she's not even supposed to be a real figure.
So yeah, hi, my name is Jet Bernal, and this is my part in the painting of the challenge that we did. of the painting The Birth of Venus. Yeah, my part is the girl, the girl that's holding a mantle. You know, the one, yeah, you can see in the screen there. Yeah, that's my part. So yeah. So what I did first is, well, I'm not really gonna sketch out stuff because I just wanted to make sure that every proportions is correct, because this painting is gonna be remixed with the others. So what I did is I just traced it and then make sure the details that I need. I don't want to over detail the stuff, so I just make it I overgeneralize the details and painted the basic colors. So yeah, that's where I started. So when I was doing this, I wanted to focus first on cleaning up the edges. I wanted to clean up the painting that I did, just to make sure that everything would be fine, everything is, you know, clean. So yeah, so I started with the carpet, the mantle, and I focused on the bright parts first, because as you can see in the reference photo, that's like that had like the biggest shades of color, right? It has the biggest shapes. So I wanted to focus on that first, because when I do stuff, I paint. Well, actually, I'm not painting, but the technique that I'm doing is I'm kind of like painting like a sculptor. So I do big shapes first, and then etch out the details that I want with the darker, or erase the detail. So if you can see it in the upper part, under the armpit there, I had like a big white thing, and then I scrubbed it with a little bit a darker color, so it would have like a bit of a 3D effect, you know. So yeah, that's what I did with that. And then, you know, mixed it, edited it, add more a much more brighter white color, so it, you know, pop up more. And yeah, that's how I did the well, half the work on the mantle. And yeah, now this is me. Actually, I lost the footage of me doing the carpet. I already finished it. So I kind of I'm showing you guys, like I'm just added like I used like a cross hatching brush, and then I scrubbed it, so the parts that I wanted to be darker would be darker, and then I don't brush more in the parts that I don't want to be much more darker. I just overlapped what I mean is I just overlapped it, the cross hatches, so it would look much more darker. And yeah, as you can see, I erased some details because I think I not really over, I under detailed it. So I think when I was doing this, I was like, yeah, I think it would be much more better if I make this a little bit more detailed, so it would look much more better on the final run. So after I did everything, I did the midtones. So as you can see there, that's me putting on midtones. Actually, I didn't really think of the didn't really think of the colors. I just used the colors that they used in the painting. I dropped it because actually I'm also crunch of time. I don't want to think a lot of things about, especially about the color and the stuff. So I just wanted to be a bit of mine. So that's what I did. The first thing that I thought, I was like, why not just make this black and white? But I was like, yeah, no, it would not look good, especially if my other the people that I'm doing this with are doing color. So yeah. Fun fact about the painting, the painting is made by Botticelli, and there's a lot of things that I can talk about Venus but actually I'm just gonna focus on the girl. The girl is one of the hours. That's that's her description from what I researched. But from what I understand is all of the people there are handmaidens of Venus, except of course Venus herself. But they are handmaidens of Venus, and they control. They either control or look after the seasons. So it would make sense that this girl is one of the hours. So yeah. So now what I'm doing here is, well, after I sculpted the face, make sure that every detail is good, make sure that everything is peachy. I added some much more color, and then I added, I exposed some of the pictures so it would give much more of a white color, because it kind of feels dark and it kind of feels bland. So I'm like, yeah, let's scrub there. And then yeah, also folks, if you're gonna do a painting, make sure that everything that you're gonna do, don't merge layers immediately, okay? Because if you do that, you're gonna have a hard time. It's like what I did here. I had a hard time of doing stuff. I edited some parts it's just hard. So if I were you people, if you're gonna do this painting, or if you're gonna do any painting, if you're doing layers, stick to your layers first. Then when you think you're done, merge them, and then add all the post-processing stuff that you wanted to do later on, you know? So yeah, now I'm just doing the hair. Actually, this is actually the reason of, I think the reason of why I merged it first before finishing the painting, because I was kind of, because look at it, the hair is over detailed. If you've seen the photo, it's so detailed, and I'm kind of like, I feel like it's a lot of work. And I think if I'm gonna, also if I do stuff sometimes, it sometimes just doesn't work if you add a lot of stuff. So I'm like, I need to. So I got scared, merged layers, and then when I was there, I was like, yeah, I made it much more harder for me. So yeah, what I did here is I added some like effects so it would pop up more. Make sure like the details is crisp, and then I want the colors to also pop up, so that's what I did. See, if you've seen like the white part on the head that I erased, that's the part that I just edited. That's why I wanted you. The next time you're gonna do things, if you're already on layers, stick on layers before you merge stuff. So yeah, that is my part of the painting, and I haven't seen the others work yet, but I hope this fits the stuff that we're gonna do. So yeah, thanks for watching my part, and to whoever's next, good luck.
Hi, this is Julius. So my group decided to remake some famous art and decided to do an art collaboration. So we ended up doing the birth of Venus. And as you can see here, my part is the background. So I need to remake the background my own style. So I'm just outlining everything here. I already outlined the mountain or the hills at the back. At first I decided to make it dark, like, you know, that's why I used different shades of blue, mostly navy blue, just to emphasize the darkness. So yeah, I added the ocean or the river, I don't know. Just made it a bit lighter compared to the rest. So yeah, at this point I'm just adding branches. I'm gonna add a lot of them to make it creepy, you know. Because that's the main idea at first, to make this place looks like an abandoned and forbidden place. But for some reason, I'm gonna change that in a bit. So yeah, nothing much to see here. I'm just gonna add a lot of branches and all. So let's do a time skip. Alright, so done finishing the branches, as you can see. And like what I mentioned earlier, I decided to change the theme, you know. It's supposed to be dark, but now I just made it a bit normal. So I use darker shades of green for the hills, light brown for the trees, and some clouds and mountains from the distance. And also I made some like dead trees at the back, somewhere there. So yeah, I'm just adjusting the colors here. As you can see, I added solid colors for shadows and lightings, just to emphasize that, you know, it's vector at painting, because I prefer using Adobe Illustrator than Photoshop. I'm just more used to it, and I just love the feel, you know. So yeah, adding more details, especially from the distance. Trying to adjust the mountains here. So yeah, that's pretty much it, to be honest. So this is pretty much the finished product. So as you can see, I added leaves, some grasses, and more trees, some at the back. I just made the whole thing darker. I just adjusted it using Photoshop. So that's pretty much it, and thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Af, and I'm going to be explaining my part of the Birth of Venus painting. So the program that I used was Adobe Illustrator CC, and I decided to vector everything and kind of go with the flow and see what ideas that come up along the way. To be completely honest, it was a bit hard to vector the shadow parts because I'm still learning the program and I haven't gotten into art until recently. But what I learned is that the more time you put into the vectoring part, the better it most likely looks. But that of course doesn't really apply to everyone because everyone has their own style. I'm actually a super impatient person, but vectoring definitely made me become more grounded and help my impulsive tendencies. The biggest surprise was that I actually started enjoying being slow and just enjoying the moment, which was a huge turnover for me. So if you struggle with patience like me, I do definitely recommend trying to work on intricate artworks. You might be surprised on how much you can enjoy it. One thing I really love about my part is the wings. The moment I saw the artwork for the first time, I felt like the wings really intrigued me because I'm a huge nerd when it comes to fantasy-like elements. I bet you already predict that I watched Game of Thrones. Well, I did, about 5 times, and also have the book collection. I don't really know what it is about fantasy, but it just really makes me believe that there's more to life than meets the eye. The idea of having these impossible things actually existing and breathing life into it through art just really gets me excited and makes me feel alive. Sometimes whenever I look at a random photo of a model online, I start imagining and daydreaming this whole fictional scenario with dragons and stuff, and that really just motivates me to draw more. I know I'm kind of just talking about my experiences and opinions, but to be honest, there isn't much techniques used in my artwork. I just use the pen tool throughout the whole thing and the brush tool for the wings and hair. The hair looks crazy, I know, but I thought that it would be my modern twist to it, so I just changed the colors to something rock and rollish because that was the vibes I felt when I looked at the painting for some reason. Also, I discovered that you can make a vector fade on a certain place if you use the gradient tool and change the opacity or the other color to 0%. So that was interesting. I don't know who needs to hear this or learn this, but there you go. You can make a color fade, which is what I did with the spit thing, I guess. Spit? No. What is the correct term? Blow? Yeah. Anyways, moving on. This is the outcome, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching and listening.
Hi, this is Victoria and welcome to my part of the video. And today we will be recreating the painting by Sandro Botticelli known as Birth of Venus. And Venus is actually known as the goddess of love and beauty. And as you can see, I will be recreating the goddess herself into another art style. My art style actually varies into either surrealism or realistic, and as much as possible with this digital painting that we're going to do, or vector, I will be applying a more realistic approach as much as possible.
It's not for me to say you.
With vectoring, I usually start with the outline of the subject because this will form as a base for the whole artwork and the details that I will put later on. Creating a realistic artwork using vector is actually quite difficult since this tool is actually used for design and illustration. And if we want to recreate an artwork such as this one, we should really focus on the details and try to imitate as much as possible the original painting itself. From the video, as much as possible, I tried to imitate all of the colors, shadows, and highlights from the original painting into my own vector.
It's not for me to say you love.
What I love about vectoring is we have the full control to what we want the illustration on our artwork to look like. And this this tool is very easy to work with.
It's not for me to say.
And this is the final result. Thanks for watching.
My work and then the others as well. So good. It really feels like a collaboration of different styles and different artworks of very different people, and then mixed together as one piece. I think it did its job. It did it very well as well. The background of Jules, the centerpiece of Vic, me and Af's side characters. It just good, so good. I like it so much. It really feels like a very strong collaboration.
So that's the overall finished product. I believe we managed to combine all our styles. And yeah, I'm very proud of my group mates.
So, looking at the final artwork combined, I have to say I'm super happy with it. I think watching the different styles combined and being able to distinguish who did which, because I already know the type of art style my group mates like and do, so it's just really cute for some reason. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of it, and it feels nice to know that I created something with 3 other people who I really respect and admire, and I don't know, this sounds weird, but I feel like closer to them now for some reason. So yeah, I love it. I'm super happy. It's amazing.
All in all, I think we did all a great job, and I'm really proud of the outcome that we have accomplished. And this artwork definitely brought out our own different art styles and how we approached each section of the artwork itself.